The town of Springfield, Ohio, was thrust into the spotlight after controversial comments made by Donald Trump in the presidential debate. Our chief news anchor, Omar is on the road and connected with some of the people who live there.
The constant hum of machines at this factory that builds safety-related parts for trucks like brakes is a subtle sound of success for CEO Ross McGregor.
Does a labor shortage still exist?
Not as bad as it was.
So when was it at its worst?
I would say about 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
Right.
Okay.
Coming out of the pandemic.
So when there weren't enough locals to fill the critical gap at his company Pentaflex, he turned to Haitian immigrants in Springfield, Ohio, who've arrived here legally and now represent about a quarter of the city's population of nearly 60,000.
Do you think people are making the connection that if the Haitians were not here to help you fill a critical labor gap, that you would suffer and the city would suffer?
Well, the company would certainly be prevented from growing the way we need to without the reliable labor that we depend upon. And prior to the Haitians coming into our community, we struggled to get people that were able to come to work every day and stay and work and do their job.
But the Haitian population surge has put a lot of demands on a city that wasn't prepared to handle the influx, with many here blaming them for putting a strain on Springfield's resources. And when Donald Trump famously and falsely said this to 67 million viewers in the September presidential debate,
in Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in, they're eating the cats.
An unassuming small city was immediately thrust into the international spotlight. And with that attention, a spike in racist, anti-immigrant attitudes.
They're scared, like they want to leave. They don't know what's going to happen after the election.
Rose's Gutreol is where we met up with several Haitians one evening.
You
can translate a little bit?
Yeah, I will translate. It's really hurt to hear that from him, to say that Haitians are doing that or eating cats and dogs, but I'm not afraid of nothing. I'm not afraid that it can hurt me. I'm not afraid at all.
And as Yves Pierre continues, he grows more defiant.
But he is worthless. He is nothing. He doesn't have a brain. So he would say anything for him to get somebody vote for him.
But others here who tell us they've fled gang violence, political instability, and natural disasters in their homeland fear they'll have to flee again.
Vous avez des craintes et des soucis?
Bien sûr.
Yes, he says.
Vous allez partir.
If Trump wins on Tuesday, I will leave Springfield. Back at Pentaflex, Ross McGregor wonders how Trump, who stakes his identity on being pro-business, may actually be hurting it with his comments.
I think that many policies that he is promoting may or may not be good for the community, but you can't deny the basic need for a reliable workforce.
So are you torn in terms of who to vote for, or you've decided and made up your mind?
I've already voted.
You've already voted?
Yeah.
And can I ask you who you voted for?
Well, we're just going to keep that between me and me.
He may be keeping that choice private, but he's publicly stating what he expects of America's next president.
Omar will be on the road in Cleveland tomorrow, and we'll have live coverage from Washington starting on Monday.